Well, I might need some trail mix to continue on this path here today, Jim, but we have another AEW question, and this one...
Oh, God. I might need some trail mix mixed in with some Xanax.
Well, I actually emailed you...
Yeah, all it would take is a squeak from your chair to just send me over the edge right now.
Oh, hold on. There we go. Hey, now listen, I emailed you, Jim. Check your email. I emailed you an article from Wrestling Inc. that several people this morning have sent to us. It came out yesterday. These are quotes from QT Marshall's appearance on the AEW Unrestricted podcast. And some of these quotes these are specifically the reason why so many of the listeners have sent this in. They think that you are going to have a interesting series of thoughts about these quotes, I guess.
Interesting take on what it was. I've clicked on this thing now. And as you said, it was the AEW Unrestricted pod. That's where they're not restricted to their rooms. That's where they can stay out late. You know, remember when you used to get restricted when you were grounded, when you were a minor? Anyway, Aubrey Edwards and Tony Schiavone complimented QT Marshall's work behind the scenes to the point of almost not sleeping. And Marshall responded, "I appreciate it," Marshall expressed, "and I like QT. We've talked about him before. I know him from Ring of Honor back in 2012 or whatever. But apparently he's one of the well-meaning zookeepers in this fucking menagerie. I appreciate it," Marshall expressed. "Well, the thing is, our boss, he likes to hang out and be up very late." That sounds like the first line of our theme song. Wednesday night, I like to stay up late, watch anyway, every now and then I'll go to sleep. I'll say, "Hey, just text me the stuff," and I'll put it on paper the next morning. But then the other day he texted me. I guess we both forgot something. He wrote, "Well, I was doing it by myself." Wow. So I was like, "Okay, point noted. I won't be leaving you by yourself anymore." And this loop was the hard loop. I said, "All right, if I can get through these 4 days, I can handle anything." God damn it. My best string in Mid-South Wrestling was 103 days in a row with 2 airplane flights in the middle of that. Everything else was in the car. But anyway, I said, "All right, if I can get through these 4 days, I can handle anything." We did it. We made it. Those long loops. That was the end of an era. Things like a taped Dynamite can take 4 hours compared to a live 2-hour show. What? Because they give Tony the option to go back and check and make sure he loves everything. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me they're actually doing this shit on these taped shows and he's going back and saying, "Yes, we should air this. Let's move on," if there's an option not to?
Oh, that's what you honed in on. I like the idea that taking 4 hours to do a 2-hour show because Tony wants him to redo stuff. That's the way I read it.
Well, I'm just thinking about what actually makes the air. This is what they're happy with, apparently. He's a perfectionist. It's his product, his name on the line, and I get it, but I'm just sitting there like, "Oh, man, I swear that was good." And if it's not good, you know what? That's the wrestler's fault. It's not your fault, Tony. Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Hee. Then he talks...
It's not your fault, Tony. That should be the name of the AEW book one day.
It's not your fault.
What every wrestler told him until they were gone. It's not your fault, Tony.
Well, but now in his defense here, in QT's defense of making that statement, it is quite a bit of it is the wrestler's fault. There's plenty of fault to go around. And he talked about QT did about his original goal in wrestling compared to where he is now. Well, I used to think, man, if Vince McMahon and Triple H found out how this was really happening, they would laugh. And then I realized, you know what? I'm pretty good at this, though, so fuck them. Oh, my. Marshall said in jest, is the quote. Then I thought about it for a while, and I thought how honored I was, honestly, to be given the responsibility and trusted with that responsibility to pass along those details of what's supposed to happen on the shows. It's pretty cool. You know what would be even cooler is if he didn't have to be the one given the responsibility to pass along these goofy fucking details from this up late at night Adderall for breakfast fucking booker. QT says, a couple of years ago when I opened my training facility, I really thought that was going to be it. I was just going to train wrestlers and kind of run our own little rinky-dink shows, and that'd be the end of it. And now that idea has turned into a dream job of helping run a complete opposite of a rinky-dink show. Well, one of the #1 television shows. It's pretty crazy how it all works out.
It sure is. It sure is. If you ever have any questions about what's going on over there, it's Tony Khan and QT Marshall, the Brain Trust, putting together the shows. Give me a break.
I don't know.
And they're all congratulating themselves. They all congratulate themselves. It's all like, hey, we're just doing all this, and it all works out great. We're doing great. Yeah, but the show sucks. And you don't gain any viewers. But, hey, some people like the matches. But the booking sucks, and the promos suck, and the layout sucks. And if you're responsible for the layout in any way, QT, you're not doing a good job.
Maybe they should do it during the daytime. But, I used to do that. I used to stay up all hours of the night writing television, but mine certainly did not look like these. But of course I was up naturally because that was just my time clock. I was not under any extra influences or something.
Well, the more we find out about the inner workings of AEW, the more I am not surprised by what we see each and every week on nationwide television.
Wednesday night, we get to stay up late and watch AEW while Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jim, AEW may not be getting things right,